Today we are going to be talking about the highly anticipated boxing match between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, which took place on the 26th of February 2023. We're going to break down the fight and take a closer look at some of the interesting facts and figures surrounding the event. The Jake Paul vs Tommy Fury fight was one of the most highly anticipated boxing matches of the year. The reason being, the fight between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury has been attempted twice, but Fury withdrew on both occasions. The first time was in December 2021 due to a mix of injury and illness, and the second time was due to visa issues last summer. However, the build-up to the fight had heightened anticipation, as they competed not just for pride, but also for a WBC ranking. The sanctioning body had announced that the winner will receive a world ranking in the cruiserweight division. Before we get into this, don't forget to like and subscribe, as we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so do it now. Back to the video. The fight was viewed by over 1.5 million on pay-per-view, grossing over $75 million in revenue. It was one of the most successful pay-per-view events of the year. Both fighters made a lot of money for the performance in the ring. Jake Paul, who was the headliner, took home a guaranteed purse of $20 million, while Tommy Fury earned $10 million. This was a massive payday for both fighters, and it shows how popular they are with fans. Jake Paul has made a name for himself in the world of combat sports with his string of high-profile boxing matches. Prior to his fight with Tommy Fury, Jake Paul had earned an estimated $100 million from his previous fights and other business ventures. This shows how lucrative the world of combat sports can be for those who are successful. Tommy Fury is a relative newcomer to the world of boxing, but he has already made a significant amount of money. Before his fight with Jake Paul, Fury's career earnings were estimated to be around $2 million. This is an impressive amount for someone who is still early in their career. The fight was a boxing match for sure, but there was a lot of clinching, headbutts and punching to the back of the head, which was disappointing to see. The referee was overly involved and even deducted points from both fighters for questionable reasons. Jake Paul's point deduction was particularly controversial as there was no punch that hit Tommy in the back of the head. On the other hand, Tommy Fury was deducted a point for holding onto the arms. It felt like half the fight was just the referee scolding the fighters. Despite Jake's good chin, he wasn't able to use his power to his advantage. Now, Jake Paul has won a few fights beforehand, and his power was one of his main strengths on why he was winning fights. However, on that night, Tommy Fury proved to be the better fighter. When looking at the way Tommy Fury was fighting, he landed good jabs, right crosses through the guard, and using his footwork effectively. Jake Paul, on the other hand, tried to swing wildly with his eyes fixed to the ground, hoping the punch would land. Tommy Fury, on the other hand, was able to slip Jake's punches and avoid getting hit. Jake's eyes should have been on his target the whole time, but instead they were to the ground. Jake technically knocked Tommy down, but it was because of a slip rather than a knockdown. Although Jake will boast about this, it was clear that Tommy Fury was the better boxer. He was able to take Jake's punches much better than an older veteran who has been worn and torn. It was a pretty comfortable win for Tommy Fury. Now, let's take a look at some of the punches thrown during the fight. Jake Paul threw a total of 178 punches, landing 51 of them, while Tommy Fury threw 244 punches, landing 87 of them. This means that Tommy Fury was more active in the ring and landed more punches than Jake Paul. The fight went the distance, meaning that it lasted for the full 8 rounds, and the winner was Tommy Fury, who won the split decision. Jake Paul offered respect to Tommy Fury despite having a few justifications prepared for his defeat on Sunday night. The former YouTuber who took up boxing had high goals for himself, including fighting Canelo Alvarez and winning a world championship.
So, Canelo, Jake Paul's made a lot of noise, especially last week. Do you take any notice of him?
Who?
Jake Paul. Do you take any notice of him?
After the altercation, Paul said on Instagram, "I never intended to make one of these videos, but I guess it happens. The best job in the world is still this one. I appreciate your support so much. This is a fantastic event and I'll be back." Of all the things, the most confusing decision was the fact that during the fight, Logan Paul was interviewed and he started cussing out Tommy Fury, trying to get into his head.
He said, "Jake, I love you. I'm not going to give you a big speech. I know you got this, but I'm going to come back victorious and come back on your shield. I love you, bro. I love you too."
This was not a good idea, as it's crucial to stay focused during a fight. Jake Paul offered respect to Tommy Fury despite having a few justifications prepared for his defeat on Sunday night.
See, I felt flat. I got sick really bad twice in this camp, injured my arm, so it wasn't my best performance, but I lost. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it wasn't my best performance. I felt a little flat, and like I said, we're going to come back and get that.
Despite being knocked out in the 8th round, Fury's split decision victory in their bitter rivalry battle in Saudi Arabia put an end to it. Following Tommy Fury's victory, KSI posted a video on his social media where he could be heard saying,
"Hey yo, don't mind me, just smoking on that Jake Paul pack." Honestly, Jake Paul, trash. Tommy Fury, trash.
In a later video, KSI suggested that Jake Paul lost because he wasn't drinking Prime and claimed that he always wins. KSI, who has a 4-0 record, including a win over Paul's older brother, Logan, has made it clear that he is determined to defeat the 26-year-old. In conclusion, it was an exciting fight all in all, but the clinching, headbutts and punches to the back of the head were disappointing to see. Tommy Fury proved to be the better boxer, and although Jake Paul technically knocked him down, it was a slip rather than knockdown. Jake's position was off, and he couldn't use his power to his advantage. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like, comment and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content like this.